Yeah. We're gonna be here every single day. Every single day. We're gonna be on the air now. Cause these last few games are really important for the playoffs in the NBA. Let's get into the video. Alright, we're getting into the video, everyone. And we got some games we gotta talk about today, man. Yep. Let's start when we had two games yesterday. And let's start with my favorite team, the New Orleans Pelicans. I know I got a Zion shirt on, even though he haven't been playing for 3 months, but he is supposed to be back next week versus, I believe, against Memphis on Wednesday night. That'll be the second night of a back-to-back for the Pels. And I'll be excited that if he comes back for that game, which he is expected to come back, then that game, I would bet you for a fact, will probably be on national TV. But he probably will only play about 20-25 minutes, but still. Who would not want to see Zion versus John Morant? All day, every day. I don't care if he had made 3 months. Who would not want to see that? I would name anybody who would not watch that matchup. National TV or not, everybody's gonna watch that matchup. And it should be on national TV because that's gonna be a matchup. It should be on national TV. Imagine we did that matchup in the first round. That would be insane. Just imagine if we did that matchup in the first round. Just imagine we do. That would be insane. But if we don't, oh well. We can wait to the conference final. We can wait to the second round. Blah blah blah. We had talked about yesterday's Clippers versus Pelicans, and Pelicans, they did it again. They know how they've been playing so well. They've won 7 of their last 8 games. I said this 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago when they played against the Houston game, I was saying it is when they lost to Houston on that buzzer beater shot. I was saying to myself, the season is over. I'm just giving up. The season is just over. I gave up because if you can't beat Houston, then who can you beat? Again, yeah, if you can't beat Houston, who one of the top 5 worst teams in the entire NBA. They're a really bad team. They're one of the top 3. They're not top 5, but they are one of the top 3 most worst teams out there in the league. And they'll be one of the worst teams for the next few years anyway because they don't have any stars. But yeah, if you can't beat Houston, who can you beat? They don't, but they lost on a budget beater. 114, 112. Houston won by 2. But then they played against them on a back-to-back. The Pelicans met and beat them 117, 107. But I said in that game, I still said the season is still over because you only beat Houston by 10. You got to beat Houston by at least 20. I know a winner to win, but even though the Pelicans, they still played terrible in that game. They still played awful in that game. Awful. But then they came back to beat San Antonio by 35. And that's what I said. That's how you should have beat Houston. And they didn't. And then they came back and beat the Hornets by 24. That's how they should have beat Houston in both of them games, but they didn't. They only won one of the two anyway. They lost one of the two anyway on a buzzer beater, and then they only beat them by 10. That's how they should have beat Houston in the 2 games. But they didn't, and they only won one of the two anyway, so. And then the Pels went to LA and beat them by 21, 131 to 110. And then I had faith again, but I still say if they had beaten these teams by what they should have been, what they should have been winning by against Houston, if they can beat these teams, if they can beat the Clippers by 20 points, why did they beat Houston by 20 points? Why you only beating Houston by 10? Why you lost to Houston by 2? Like the Pelicans had a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter in that first game, and they blew it. They had the game. They had the game in the bag, but they blew it. And they had a big lead against Houston again, and they almost blew it again. So it just showed that Houston to come to play when they play us. But again, I started having faith again. I started winning again. And they came back on the edge, and then they came back and beat. And then they dominated the Blazers 124 to 90, a 34-point win. And the Pelicans, I said, they're back to winning the game they are supposed to win. A 5-game winning streak. They have a lot of momentum. They go to Golden State on the back-to-back. The Pelicans have a 20-point lead in the first half. They were up 63 to 40, so they were up by 17 points at the half. And I was so excited because this team they're playing so freaking well. And I'm saying, are we really gonna beat Golden State? Are we gonna beat them on the road and beat them back to back times on their home turf? I had faith because this team they were playing much better after the Houston games. They were playing much better. But in the second half, my Pelicans they collapsed. They collapsed. They blew a 17-point halftime lead in that third quarter, and the Warriors went on a big run. They went on a 39-26 run. They outscored my Pelicans 39-26 in that third quarter. And then when they went into the fourth, I said, if the Pelicans are going to still win this day, they gotta slow down the pace that the Warriors are giving them. Because you can't leave Curry wide open. You can't leave him wide open. You know he's the greatest shooter of all time. You can't leave him wide open. I don't care if he's 30 years old. I don't care if he's 35 years old. I don't care if he's 40 years old. I don't care if he's 50 years old. You can't leave that man wide open. He can be 50 and still be making only 3 balls in the NBA. He's the greatest shooter of all time. You won't see him not making these 3 pointers until he's probably like 80 years old. Until he's probably like 80 years old, then you won't see him not making 3 balls. He'll be old as whatever. So yeah. Alright, we're back. I was talking about my team. I think the Warriors. Yeah, I was talking about that in the fourth quarter. When my Pelicans were down by 1, when the Warriors took the lead, I said it's over. It's over. When the Warriors get momentum the way they do in Chase Center, they're just when the Warriors get momentum like that, they're unstoppable to stop at home. Once they take that lead at home, you are done. You are just done. You are freaking over with. And the Warriors made sure they got their dub. And they won 118-103. Big win for the Warriors. They win. But I said, I was mad about the game. But again, we were coming in winning 5 in a row. You're not going to win every single game. You're not going to win them all. You can't win them all. And I said, okay, we're fine. We would one game. We'll be fine. We'll come back to Denver the very next day and beat their tail. And we did. No Jokic or no Jokic. We still won. Even if he played, I still was going to win the game. And then I said we were going to come back, and then we were coming home for 4 games. And I said we were going to win the first of these 4 games. But I bet we win. I made a prediction to myself. I said we were going to win the last 6 regular season game. I made a prediction to myself. I made a bet on myself saying we are going to win the last 6 regular season games. And so far, I'm 2 for 2. So far, the Denver one we got to win, and the Clipper game we got to win yesterday. But so far, I'm 2 for 2. I was into the Clipper game. I was into the Clipper game. So yeah, I was into the Clippers. But yeah, so far I'm 2 for 2. And now we get to the Los Angeles Clippers. We come home. We beat their tail, 122-114, and Kawhi Leonard and Brandon Ingram, Brandon Ingram, but he called Brandon Ingram. Ingram had 36 points, and Kawhi had 40. So it was the playoff atmosphere of a game. It was the playoff atmosphere of a game. It was the playoff. It was the playoff game yesterday. It felt like the playoff game. But my team were able to close out the game and win another game. That's 7 of their last 8 games. 7 of their last 8. And the Pelicans are right now the 7th seed in the West. And they're probably gonna be number 6. I have my Pelicans being number 6 at the end of the year. And that's what I want them to be. I don't want to be number 5. I do not want to be number 4. I do not want to play Golden State or Phoenix in that first round. I don't want to play neither one of them teams in the first round. No. No. I want to play Sacramento in the first round, and then play Phoenix or Golden State or anybody else in the second or third round. I don't want to play them teams in the first round, and we win, and when we can go home in the first round, I want to go home again. I'm not trying to go home early. I know my team went home early in the first round last year, but that would be expected because we were the young team. We were building something down there in the Big East. But now we have a good team, and now we have the chemistry from last year. I do not want to go home early. I do not want to go home early. I want to win. I want to win a playoff series and move on and keep building around. I do not want to lose in the first round. They did to Dallas. We're talking about my team for all of the video time. So they did to the Dallas Mavericks and the Miami Heat. The Dallas Mavericks are obviously on a rampage where they're not going to make the play. They're only 4 games left in the year, and they are just not doing what they need to do. They're only 4 games left. They're 37. They're 37-41, the 11th seed. And the Utah beats the Brooklyn Nets today. Then the Dallas Mavericks are gonna drop down to number 12. Number 12. The Mavericks are fronting. They're fronting this season. You trade for Tyree, maybe the best point guard we have in this league, one of the best point guards of all time. The best full total scorer in the NBA this season. But the Dallas Mavericks did not win the game they're supposed to win. They lose 2 games to the Hornets. Game they should have had. They come back to me in the end, but then they lose. But then they blown a 17-point lead in the second half to the Sixers on Wednesday night. Then yesterday against Miami, no Bam or Kyle Lowry, but they still find a way to lose. So it just shows that the Mavericks are not going to even make the play-in. It just shows it. If the Mavs can't win game they're supposed to win to yesterday, a game they needed to have, especially when they had no Bam and Kyle Lowry, and they should have beat it, and they were supposed to beat the Hornets 2 times. The 2 games they should have won. If they would have won 45 games, if they would have won them 2 games, and yesterday, you talked about them being up in that top 6 range. They'll have the same amount of wins as my team does, and they'll be right where we at. The number 7, number 6 seed, the number 6, number 7 spot where we at. So if the Mavs would have just took care of their business, then they would not be in the troublemaking situation. So I don't know what to say about the Dallas Mavericks. They are just not gonna get it done. They're not gonna make the play-in. The season is over for the Mavericks. The season is over. It's over. It's over. Mavericks fan. I don't care what y'all say. There's still 4 games left. There's still an entire week left in the year. But the season is over. It's over. It's over. Y'all not even in the play-in. Y'all not even gonna make the play-in. Y'all are not making the play-in. Face it. You're not going anywhere. You have to try it in next year. You're not gonna go anywhere. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. See everyone. Give the video a thumbs up. The Mavericks. Y'all are not making the play-in. I'm sorry. We'll see you for another video.